Hey guys, this is your girl Jennifer Lynn, the Crown Jewel, and I am back with another YouTube video. So, really quickly, I just wanted to talk to you guys about all these Tyler Perry movies right here. I did not know I had this many Tyler Perry movies in my home. It is 15 movies, so I just wanted to show those to you guys. I am getting rid of all of these movies today. They are going into the garbage. I know a lot of people will say, well, if you don't want the movies, why not just donate them? Well, I do not believe in sowing bad seeds into people. I don't believe in doing that. And so I'm just looking at some of the titles here. I can do bad all by myself. Just that title alone, like there's nothing good that can come from a title like that. Um, we have to really be intentional about the things that, you know, we are investing into. We have to really be careful with the things that we're investing into, we're listening to, we're looking at. I can do bad all by myself. I mean, if somebody is speaking that out, just think about how many women have actually spoke that phrase out. I can do bad all by myself. That is not what the Lord is calling us to believe in, that we can do bad all by ourselves. Like God, He wants you to know that He has a plan for you and you can do good through Him. You can do all things through Him, all things through Christ. And so, like I said, the neighbors from hell, once again, these are when we think about these titles, like, again, we have to be careful what we're speaking out, what we are listening to, what we're allowing our eyes to see. A Diary of a Mad Black Woman. These titles, Tyler Perry has made a lot of money off of the pain of Black people. And I remember years ago, when I was much younger, when Tyler Perry first started coming out with his stage plays, I would go to the plays with my family, and we were all so excited. And I just remember those plays being jam packed with just Black people, because they it was like these people, they needed some encouragement. They A lot of times when people go through pain, they're connecting with other painful situations. They're hoping to get something more to make them feel better about what they've been through or what they're currently going through. And so a lot of times we will connect ourselves to other people and situations based on the things that we've been through in our lives. Really believe that the Lord is saying that having these movies in my home, is an open door. And I haven't watched these movies in a long time anyway. So I wanted to share something with you guys in regards to Tyler Perry. I want to say last year, it may have been a year, maybe a year and a half. Um, I was watching a lot of Tyler Perry shows. And just a backstory, Tyler Perry, as we know, he's been around for years. He started out doing stage plays. He has a whole testimony about how he was living in his car and he started writing these plays, and it had a lot to do with his mom and I believe his aunt. So he created the character Medea behind his mom and his aunt, came up with these plays. He ended up doing a lot of sold out shows. And so I want to say maybe about a year or a year and a half ago, maybe a year. Um, Tyler Perry, he has a lot of shows on Prime. And if I had to guess, he may have a good 5 shows on Prime Amazon Prime right now. And so I was literally binge watching all of those shows. And um he has movies on, I'm sorry, he has shows on there like all the Queen's Men, The Oval, Bruh, Sisters, and it may be a couple others. But I was basically binge watching all of his shows. And one day I heard the Lord tell me to stop watching Tyler Perry. Stop watching Tyler Perry. Now I am binge watching all of these shows. Like I said, I think all of the shows, they were really good to me, and I think all the Queen's Men was like my favorite. It has Eva Pickford in there. I believe that's her name. No, it's not Pickford. I believe that's her maiden name. But anyway, she's the top model from back in the day from the Tyra Banks top model show. But yeah, so she's like the lead actress, and that show, that was probably my favorite show out of all the shows. And so it started with that show that I was watching, and God told me to stop watching Tyler Perry. So when he told me that, I said, okay, I'm gonna stop watching all the Queen's Men because of the type of content. Maybe this is what God is saying, just stop watching all the Queen's Men. And I said, okay, I can stop. I'll just stop watching that one. Um, and I feel like God kept nudging me. I said, God, it's gonna take a little time to break away from watching these shows. I've been watching these shows, so I'll just stop watching the Queen's Men, and I'll start basically winging myself off the other shows. And so the next day, I end up going into my prayer closet, and God literally just started yelling at me. Now, you know how a father in real life, they will yell at their child when the child is doing something wrong. Well, this was the first time I've ever heard God yell at me. And he was basically telling me, like, I told you to stop, because at this point, even though I was like, God, I need time, I'm going to stop watching all the Queen's Men. I need time. So I continued to watch his shows, but I stopped watching all the Queen's Men. And so when I go into prayer, like I said, he started just yelling at me and saying, I told you to stop watching Tyler Perry. I told you to stop watching all the Tyler Perry shows. You don't love me because I told you to do something and you did not do it. And I'm like, am I really hearing from God? Like, I'm not used to God yelling at me. I'm not used to him yelling at me. I can't, like, I was scared out of my mind. A lot of times when God is trying to get my attention about something, he's trying to protect me. He literally he has to like come in a harsh way with me. But this was the first time that I heard him yell at me. I'm in my prayer closet, probably like maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, where's that loud voice? Like, is this God? Like, I've never heard God talk to me like this. But this was the Lord trying to warn me and protect me. So there's something deeper. Anytime he's already told you something and he's coming back urging you, warning you, yelling at you. He is doing this for a reason, because he loves you and he's trying to protect you. So I want you guys to check out Lala Jenkins' video. I'm going to try to tag it underneath this video. And God gave her a full breakdown, because I even shared with her last year. I think she was doing a video on I don't know. I want to say people in the industry. She does a lot of videos on people like in Hollywood and in the music industry that are considered like demonic. Their content is considered demonic. And so she did a video last year saying that basically Tyler Perry was demonic or whatever the case may be. I don't know if that's how she worded it, but basically he was demonic. He's not living for the Lord. And so when she did that video last year, I put under her comments that God yelled at me about watching Tyler Perry. And she responded, she was like, wow, like, oh my God. It was a lot of people in the comments saying that they stopped watching Tyler Perry. God told them to stop watching Tyler Perry. So I just decided to share this with you guys. And I was going to do a video long ago, just sharing with you guys that God had told me to stop watching Tyler Perry long ago. And now he has nudged me for the past 2 weeks to get rid of these videos. And I have even shared this with my family. A lot of times when God is warning me about something, I try to share with people that I know, and people just, again, they don't want to hear the truth. My family members, I try to, pull their coattail on this and tell them what God has shown me. They're still watching Tyler Perry videos. People, they at the end of the day, they want their ears tickled. They want to be able to hear and see what feels good to them. They don't want to know the truth. So, guess what? The blood is off my hands because, and this goes for everything. When God comes and tell me something, and I share it with people I know in my people that I know, my family members, I share it with you guys. They get mad, they turn a blind eye, they act like they didn't hear me. The blood is off my hands at that point because I did my job, and that was sharing what God shared with me. And God wants to protect his people, but you guys have to check out Lala Jenkins video because God gave her a full breakdown about how Tyler Perry has been prostituting the Black community forever. And a lot of the things that he's doing, the way he's making these videos, these are things that he's doing with men in real life, and how he's actually a warlock. Now, God did not give me all that, but God, the way God yelled at me and the way he's been nudging me to get rid of these videos is for a reason. Out of everything that I have watched, listened to over the years, I've never gotten anything like this where God was literally yelling at me and telling me, you need to stop watching everything dealing with Tyler Perry. So, guys, this is a warning. You don't have to believe me. I encourage you to take it back to the Lord and pray about it. But all of these videos today, they are being tossed into the trash can. So, I would love to hear from you guys, in the comments. Maybe God has told you something about Tyler Perry. There's a lot of things going on in the world. There's so much going on in the world, and we, as so many of us, we're just blinded. We're so focused on what looks good, what sounds good, and we don't understand there's something else going on behind the scenes on a spiritual level with a lot of people, a lot of situations, and a lot of things. And so I remember someone used to say to me all the time, life is like a big smoke screen. And what they meant by that, yeah, what you see is really not what it is. Is really, there's a lot of hidden situations, hidden agendas behind things that we actually see. So again, guys, God told me to get rid of these videos. He told me to stop watching Tyler Perry. And he told me to start watching things that only glorify him. And so we have to be careful with that because what the enemy is doing, the enemy is getting very crafty where he will have people to make movies, make music, and they will pretend as if, they are a believer, they're living for God, where they're trying to uplift and encourage people, but really there's a secret agenda that they're doing behind the scenes. There's a secret agenda that the enemy have in which he's using these people. So guys, just be careful, and like I said, take it back to God. If you feel like God has told you to stop um, watching anything Tyler Perry related, please feel free to put it down in the comments. If you feel like God has even told you about someone else outside of Tyler Perry, where they are delivering content to people, and they're making movies, they're making music, and God has just said stop, put it down in the comments. I'm just curious, but we got to be so careful because the enemy, he's very sneaky, he's very crafty, and he is using a lot of people, and he's demonizing people in a lot of ways to be able to trick God's people. So, yeah, I'm getting rid of it because when you think about it on a deeper level, yeah, Tyler Perry, he's made a lot of money off of the pain of Black people. And so, little by little, God is waking me up with a lot of different situations that's going on in the world. So, guys, just be careful. Pray. You literally got to start taking every single thing back to God. I'm to the point now, God, okay, I got this list. What am I supposed to I got this list that I wrote out, things that I need to do today. What do you want me to do today? What do you want me to wear today? Where do you want me to go today? All we got to literally have conversation about everything with God because there's so much going on. That is it. That is all. This is your girl Jennifer Lynn, the crown jewel, and I will talk with you guys next time.